What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. I'm Antonio Perez, joined as always by Danny Cole, DCU Penn's finest, and Chris Coacher, CB Coacher Boy. We got another great episode for you guys today. It's a little late in the draft process, but we are finally putting out our NFL mock draft 1.0. We're only going to do the top 15 picks for the sake of time because we do also want to get to our all NBA selections. And yes, we are taking into account the game minimum. So you won't be seeing Joel Embiid. You won't be seeing guys like Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, unfortunately, despite their awesome seasons. They will not be here. Got to meet the game requirements for us, and it is also positionless. So there will be a lack of centers. Just saying. But before we get into anything, please make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the episode, and head on over to the audio platforms. Or if you're already there, make sure you leave a like, 5-star rating, and a review for us. We would really appreciate it. Keep helping grow this podcast. But before we get into the mock draft, we always got to start with Summits. Plummets, Danny, how are we doing today, man?
It's great. I finished my exam today, thankfully. It took 4 hours. So
yeah, I was surprised. Like, you've never, ever have taken that long on an exam. I've known you for like a little bit over a decade now. You've never used up the entire time frame on a test.
yeah, I had it submitted with 7 seconds left.
Is this the dagger? He just started
pretty much.
Ain't picked C in a while. B. He started doing anything.
I wish it was that easy.
Guy like me, studying is doubting your potential. So
fair enough. But yeah, I want to say I'm gonna go crazy. The plummet of the day is that the bridge happened in Baltimore. Man, that's terrible.
Yeah, bro. That
actually,
is obviously prayers to them.
Prayers to them. I'm not gonna bring any bad vibes. Double Summit. Phillies are back this week on Thursday.
Yes, we are. Both wearing a hat. Bro, I got this at Walmart, dude. It was nice. All white with a little Phillies. It's calm. It's calm. Yeah, Walmart has upped their game on like everything. I ain't even gonna lie. I went in there just to get some pillows. I walked out of there with like 2 new anime figures. These ones are fire. Those who know. But and then this hat. I'm like, come on, man. Walmart really?
Walmart's it's too easy.
Exactly. Come on, man. That's too easy. I used to have to go to Target for these things. Now I can just go to Walmart. Come on, man. It's too easy. Chris, how are we doing today?
Pretty elite.
Austin Reeves triple-double.
Saved my fantasy season. Thank you, Austin Reeves. So that's not my summit, but it could have been. But my summit has to do with basketball 2 times. The Lakers came back and beat the Bucks today. That was awesome. Doc Rivers effect. They're just a Doc Rivers-led team now. I'm trying to let you know that it's in their DNA. They have Doc in their veins.
Yeah.
So yeah, sticky team over there. So congratulations for doing that. And then also we made it to the finals. I'm not final. Yeah, the finals in my men's league, and that's Monday. We won yesterday on Monday, which was cool. So yeah, shout out to us. That's my summit. And then what about plummet? Yeah, I don't think I have a plummet. I'll just take those as my summits for the day.
There we go, man. There we go. So yeah, I would say Danny didn't steal mine, but I had the same summit that Phil's are back soon. But we can change it up. I would say I'll say this. Plummet is that this one's funny. Quez Watkins is not an Eagle anymore. And I know he went out on some pretty bad terms. And I know I was clowning Danny earlier in the week for it. But I do like the signing for Pittsburgh. I think a new offense. He complements Pickens very well. If they don't end up getting like a home run hit at wide receiver 2, he's done it before. Next when he, was wide receiver 2 to Devontae Smith in his rookie season. I can see some things shaking out for him. I hope his career goes really, really well. I thought he was just the perfect wide receiver 3 for A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, but when you play in the least creative system possible, It's tough. A run first, non-creative passing system as a wide receiver 3, you're just not going to eat. But I know Pittsburgh, Arthur Smith, he's going to take care of him. The speedsters of him and Calvin Austin are going to be electric, the most electrifying 17 point per game offense you'll ever see.
So
No.
You forgot about Cordero Patterson, the OG. He's gonna show
Oh my
him the
God,
ways.
Arthur Smith was probably oozing hearing about the news.
He's the reason they signed him. What do you mean? Called him
Probably.
up.
Can't wait for him to take
friend.
Can't wait for him to get the direct snap and run a read option with Justin Fields. It's gonna be awesome.
Trust.
They're gonna be screaming trust when they run it.
No, you guys, y'all from Pittsburgh. Y'all can't do that, man. But okay, but Summit though, because I was Plummet, didn't want to see Quez leave, but yeah, things happen. I have a different opinion than most Eagles fans. Obviously, they don't like Quez. I was also one of the only people that wished Nelson Aguilar good luck. He's a hero in my eyes. But as for a Summit though, I don't know. Maybe I'm stretching the truth with this one, but Saquon Barkley's going to be on New Heights as a guest. So, he obviously gets to interact with Jason Kelsey. My Summit is that I'm hoping Saquon goes in there like it's a negotiation and not a podcast. Hoping he goes in there and tells Jason Kelsey, he's like, you can block for me next year. Like,
I know you saw the clip. You saw the clip.
Yeah, he was like, you don't have to watch it. Well, he's right. Look, Kylie is young, bro. She can manage you playing another year. It's gonna be all right. So, yeah. So that's that. But I would say if we don't have anything else, I think it is time to get into our NFL mock draft 1.0. So the way this is gonna work, we're gonna alternate picks. Chris is going to have the first pick of the draft. I'm going to have the second pick, and Danny is going to have the third pick. This is what we would do, but to a realistic standpoint. Because, look, if it were up to me, through these 15 picks that we're going to pick from, there would be 3 quarterbacks taken. But that's just simply not how it's going to go down on draft night. Most likely. A lot of teams need quarterbacks. You don't really want to wait till next year where the quarterback 1 could be like Quinn Ewers or, shout out my boy, I think he's a lot of potential, Shador Sanders. But, you don't want to wait. So that's just something to put out there. So yeah, without further ado, Chris, you are on the clock with your hometown Chicago Bears.
And I'm getting ready to set him up for success. At number 1, my hometown Chicago Bears. And Danny, it does definitely count as hometown technically. I do hate the teams, but I do love my city. So yeah. And just because I do hate my teams, I'm going to put them in a great position. No, I'm just kidding. I'm taking Caleb Williams number 1 overall. I have seen the light. I have seen it.
The pink phone case did it for you?
Yeah, yeah. The nails of fire.
Come on,
nails of fire. But I was saying, in reality though, I was Justin Fields fan, obviously. So I'm sad he's gone. And I'm a Jaden Daniels guy. I like Jaden Daniels too. Caleb Williams is elite, and on film, you'd be a fool not to take him. So I get it. I'm not gonna mess up the first pick. I'm not gonna do the Darko Milicic thing where you got Carmelo Anthony on the board. No thanks. I'm taking Caleb Williams number 1.
Yeah, man.
Crazy Darko straight. My bad, Darko.
That's NBA champion Darko to you. but yeah, Caleb, when the biggest headline about you is that you are just a little bit in touch with your feminine side, you're a very, very good football player, man. Very good.
Yeah, Caleb's like an ultra light skin. Him and Kaylee Oubre need to link.
Ultra light skin. And the craziest thing about it all is that he's just well kept. He gets clear coat nails. He paints his nails. He just seems like a really well kept guy, except for the fact that he looks like he hasn't gotten a shape up in 5 months. He looks homeless in the face. So his beard's scruffy, like his hair. It's like
he looks 34, dude. I don't know why he looks so old.
I don't know. He's locked in. He's locked in for sure. But like, bro, get a cut, please.
Think about it. Who did you grow up watching as quarterback? Ultra hype man Cam Newton. You got Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and like you got this ultra feminine dude coming to the league as a quarterback. It's just like imagine Caleb Williams versus Drew Brees. They're completely different people.
Yeah, but I think honestly, Caleb is more. I like that you use the word. He's just in touch with his feminine side. A lot of men are, a lot of men aren't. But honestly, the hate on him comes down to homophobia. But
you got to see the Jack Mack video.
The Jack Mack video. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no clue what that. I'll look it up later. I'll make sure to note it. But
So
yeah,
Jack, I'll just do a little quick rundown. Jack Mack works for Barstool.
Never mind.
He has his own stuff. He was like, "Yo, what is his phone case?" He said, "What's up with your pink phone case?" Caleb commented, "It was like, what's up with your profile pic?" And then he made a video taking a new profile picture, and he had like a pink phone case and like nails in his video.
Yeah, no, he got cooked. So yeah, I saw that he got cooked, and he's a weirdo, and I don't like anyone at Barstool. So shout out to him. CT ESPN, better news source.
CCSPN is the only news source. What you mean?
Yes, his is certainly one of the news sources ever. I think I would trust Butt Crack Sports over CT ESPN.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Tony, that puts you on the clock at 2
yes.
2.
Yes, apologies. With the number 2 pick in the NFL, in the Sideline Summit NFL Mock Draft 1.0, I have the Washington Commanders taking Drake May. I'm very high on Drake May. Chris will see the light one day. I'm going to, like a cartoon, I'm going to take those pinchers and keep his eyes open and force him to watch the Drake May film. I see a lot of Josh Allen. I see a lot of Justin Herbert in him. Love his arm. He could throw it anywhere on the field. Does also have Josh Allen's brain. We discussed this before. In last year's draft, probably goes number 1. Year before that, 100% goes number 1. Year before that, probably goes 2 to Lawrence. There's just a lot of drafts where he is either quarterback 1 or quarterback 2, and you got to be really damn good to put him at quarterback 2. So I'm a big fan of him. Washington, just don't mess this up. This is I think a franchise altering guy, still relatively young. I think has ability to play right away. Is a little like raw, but I think when you got a vet like Terry in there, you got Jahan Dotson, you got guys around him that could make him respectable out the gate. And I'm pretty. Here's 2 things about their offseason that could make me think they either want Daniels or they want May. Why they want Daniels, they signed Marcus Mariota. You usually want your backup to immolate your starter in case anything happens. That's one thought process. The other is they traded Sam Howell because they don't want those former UNC teammates on the same team. But yeah, I have them taking Drake May. That leaves Daniel with the Patriots. I'm very interested to see what you do here because that may make or break the rest of my draft.
Yeah, I think the Patriots have one goal in this draft, and it's to draft an elite quarterback. And I think there's only 3, and luckily for them, they're at pick 3. They get Jaden Daniels. They'll get the best of the 3 remaining. And it's not J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy's not a top 3 quarterback. You could say he's a top 4 quarterback if you want, but he's not a top 3 quarterback.
He's indeed in my top 4. He's not. Okay, so you go with Daniels. Okay,
I think Jaden Daniels, and in the second round, I think I prefer the wide receiver depth of this draft to preferring the quarterback depth of this draft. The Patriots should not be in position with a 24-year-old Jaden Daniels to lose enough games to be picking in the top 10 again to draft him the quarterback. Whereas if you pick a Marvin Harrison at 3, you might be in position again to pick a quarterback in the top 10, but you don't know. So you have to take the surefire. You give it Jaden Daniels 3 years. If he's not there, you got to go get somebody else to go support the team because you have to go receiver in round 2 though. You have to go receiver.
So I don't disagree with you because I also have that same thinking. The reason in mind, I took Marvin Harrison Jr. One, because I think I've went over this a million times. I think this is the best player in the class. It's slightly over Williams. But I think their team is so unbelievably far away. Quarterback could be like the last thing on your mind. Like, it could be the first thing where it's like, okay, let's go quarterback and then build around him. That's a good way to go about it. A lot of teams do that. my thought process with this was like, okay, they're so unbelievably like horrible. How about we just build it out, and then one day we're just going to be quarterback away, and then you plug in a good rookie, and then by year 2 you're competing for the Super Bowl, or you trade in for a guy that somehow comes on the market, however that happens. But either way, it's going to be one of them two. It's going to be Daniels or Harris, and most likely Daniels,
And here's the
because
thing.
most GMs I feel like carry the mindset you have.
I've done a couple mocks. I could see them getting Michael Penix or Bo Nix in the second round with the third pick in the second round.
That's another option.
I think so. You have to decide: do you want Jaden Daniels and then maybe trade back up your second round to go get Brian Thomas as college wide receiver, or do you want Michael Penix and Marvin Harrison? And here's the thing: Penix is injury prone. Bo Nix is like the Kenny Pickett effect. He's great senior year. The rest of it's kind of fugazi. So,
well, with Nix, it's like his. We went over this before. His tape is just so unbelievably weird. It's like
no, it's very Kenny. It's Kenny Pickett-ish. It's like
I think
he's better than Kenny Pickett, 1,000%. Yeah. But what I'm saying is his senior year film is miles above the rest of his career. And
and the box score too. Yeah.
It's just like, why did you take that big of a jump when you're 23 years old? Are you too old? Did you get better?
I would say his second to last year with Oregon, that was a pretty good year. But it's just like the Oregon offense is built to just make his life so much easier. And then Auburn's was like, it was built to just somehow make his life harder. And he wasn't like incredibly bad at Auburn. I never thought he was like horrible at Auburn. It was just like, he kind of had to just go Superman every chance he got. But yeah, I'm down with Daniels at 3, which leaves Chris with the Arizona Cardinals at the 4th pick.
Chris, remember, you can trade out picks if you want.
You can if you want. I didn't know if we wanted to do trades. You kind of have to talk with the person who would have to pick, but
yeah, I didn't think of a trade because if the Cardinals do a trade when Marvin Harrison Jr. is on the board, then they should just throw the franchise in the garbage. Because you already committed to Kyler Murray as your quarterback. It feels like, at least I think so. The money looks like it. And if you're going to do that, why not get arguably the best player in the draft, obviously the best wide receiver in the draft, to pair up with him? So I think it's a no-brainer.
Obviously, the best wide receiver in the draft.
Yeah. So I think that's the only way you do that. Unless the Vikings are like, we want to take J.J. McCarthy at 4, then by all means, take every pick they give you. But other than that, you take Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yep, I would agree. Danny, no objections, right? Let's talk about how nasty Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. will be able to. Like, that's a situation where I think Marvin Harrison Jr. could shatter some rookie records because he's already going to be the best receiver on the team, and you have an elite quarterback. Like, this is us three, specifically me and Danny, are K1 fan club. Like,
I am too. I like K Murray a lot.
See, look, bro, we're K1 fan club. Young Tum, that's my guy.
It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna tell you this: Kyler Murray, he's a Lamar and Jalen Hurts play style mix.
Yeah, he's literally if those two had a baby. Yeah.
Like, built like Hurts, runs like
he's not built like Hurts. He's built like fucking.
He kind of built like Hurts. He's like
he's not as stout as Hurts, but I'm saying small. This is compact. They're compact. Yeah,
kind of built like this little.
Bro, he's built like Jose. He's built like Jose Altuve.
Crazy. I was about to say Jose Barrera. I'm about to say same.
Oh my god, that's insane. He built like Fred VanVleet.
Yo, I had a clip today. Fred VanVleet missing the game winner for Wichita State.
He built like Drake.
Illinois alum. I mean, not Illinois alum, but his kid's from Illinois though. Illinois kid.
That's so crazy. So yes, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray, they be nasty out the gate. I remember Umar put me on a Kyler Murray like in 6th grade. So this was the year Manziel was going into the draft. He was like, yo, if you like Johnny Manziel, you'll like this kid coming out of like Allen, Texas, named Kyler Murray.
25 minutes for me.
I said, boy, let me tap in. Oh my God.
Oh, he's goated out here too, y'all. They love Kyler Murray. Like I said, I live.
Yeah, then Texas A&M fucked him over because they recruited him, and then they started Kyle Allen over. I'm like,
yeah,
this is the best player in the class.
Kyle Allen's a Steeler.
Is he really?
You signed with the Steelers yesterday.
Hey man, shout out to him. That's gonna be a starting quarterback. Aggie legend. Okay, so I'm on the clock. perfectly why I wanted the second pick. I have the Los Angeles Chargers. Two of the
You
top
have them
three.
trading to the Steelers, Justin Herbert, and taking J.J. McCarthy, of course.
No, I don't get the Chargers trading out of this pick thing.
They're not.
This team is garbage. Like I'm not saying that to you. I know you were just kidding, but like I just don't get why people see that. This team is garbage. They need to just take a really good player here. That could be Joe Alt. That could be best defender available. It could be best receiver available. In my opinion, I think they go Rome Odunze here. I think him and Herbert is like a match made in heaven. He loved Mike Williams. He's going to love Rome Odunze. And I think I might have underrated his route running at the beginning of the process because I think he's more like a Mike Williams, Keenan Allen hybrid. Like he can go up and get the jump ball, of course, but his route running is very exceptional as well. It's not neighbors. I'm not going to say that, but I think Rome could come in, have an immediate effect, and help this Chargers offense tremendously. So with the fifth pick, I have the Chargers getting Herbert some help. They're going with Washington's Rome Odunze. That puts Danny on the clock with the New York Football Giants at the 6th overall pick. And their needs on PFF is absolutely hilarious. It's quite literally the entire offense. Besides running back, but that should probably be upgraded. They probably need that.
There's some rumors that Darren Waller is retiring. And I'm going to do the most New York Giants pick of all time. And I'm going to take Brock Bowers.
Okay.
I think it's a New York Giants pick. And I liked Brock Bowers a lot. I think they know that he's not going to last till the second round. They know that they're not going to be able to get him. But to be able to get a 1A option, it's really, really interesting. I could also see them doing a couple of things. Taking J.J. McCarthy, saying, fuck Daniel Jones. Don't see them doing that. They just gave him a bag. It's too early to be doing that.
Well, I think he's cuttable after this year, if I'm not mistaken.
He might be, but I just don't see them doing it right now. It's cuttable with a lot of dead cap. I think he tore his ACL. I don't think they're going to give up on him immediately. I think they give him a little more time.
Okay.
But I do see them taking either a wide receiver or a tight end or a tackle. I think it's somewhere on the offense.
Right, Joe Alt's right there.
I see Brock Bowers just because what the Giants do is check down a lot. They check down to their tight ends. They check down, and who better else to take than the best tight end in the draft? And it's like you're not supposed to spend your high capital on tight ends, but I think the Giants might do it. We saw them reach on Daniel player. We saw them reach on Daniel Jones 3 years ago, whatever it is, and they're going to reach again for Bowers. But I think it's a acceptable reach.
See, the weird thing, I feel like Bowers is way better than Michael Mayers, but like I just don't understand. Like both of their hype just died down insanely by draft time, even though they were like tremendous. In college. But yeah, I like that. I thought your mindset was going to be here. What I thought about the Patriots, this team is so bad. Hey, let's get a home run pick and we'll figure the rest out probably later. Maybe Penix in the second round. Joe Milton or Spencer Rattler in the 4th round, whatever it may be. I like that pick. And that would put Chris on the clock with the Tennessee Titans at number 7.
There's a couple different ways it can go. The play I was talking about pre-show was the guy I was thinking about taking here. Not going to say his name, so I don't want to give it away. But I don't like the Titans receiving room like that. I don't think there's that many good players in it. So, outside DeAndre Hopkins. He was older.
And recently, and Calvin Ridley, who just recently.
Oh, I forgot about Calvin Ridley too. Yeah, I forgot about Calvin Ridley. Yeah, I'm tripping. I forgot about Calvin Ridley. But I know D Hop's getting older. Ridley's good. I'm taking Malik Neighbors here. And the reason I'm doing that is because you lose a playmaker in Derrick Henry. You do add Calvin Ridley. I get that. But I would like to add another one. Y'all know how I feel about players who can, really affect the game. I think Malik Neighbors is one of those guys. So I think it'd be cool to add him with 2 receivers like Ridley and Diop we can learn from. He doesn't have to come in and be elite right off the bat. He can learn how to do it. And I think
JSN situation. I like it.
Yeah, something like that. And I think JSN showed flashes last year, like you said, Danny, that he can be really, really good. Like it was some games I turned on. He had very impactful plays in the game. I could see Neighbors being like that, kind of sandwiched in between a Metcalf, Lockett, like you said, and being D-Hop and Ridley. I can see that happening. So yeah, I say with Neighbors
for sure.
JSN
Even
being able
when
to-
JSN beat James Bradbury's ass against the Eagles for 30
literally
minutes.
they just beat the shit out of him. Like JSN having the rookie year he did is honestly impressive in comparison to just from what he had to go through. Like treated like completely disregarded in that wide receiver room, even though I think he's clearly more talented than Lockett and Metcalf. It's just he wasn't used right, and I'm excited to see him used right. And as for this pick, a lot of people will go alt here to shore up that O line, put him next to Skoronski. But I do like your mindset here. Hey, we got this young quarterback who plays with the biggest balls like ever. Like Will Levis just goes out there like he just took the smelling salts for 40 minutes and is ready to run into something. Like a Baker Mayfield type of brain in his skull. So I like that adding a weapon. Either way, it's helping him out. Either you're shoring up his O line, giving him a shot, or you're upgrading his receiver room. And now you got this plethora of weapons. Go show it to us. I like that move, especially as a Will Levis stand. When the whole world was against him last year, calling him Zach Wilson 2.0, I said no because they're not even fucking close to the same player. So that puts me on the clock with the Atlanta Falcons at 8. At this point, I think they just need to take best defender available. This is where I have Alabama edge Dallas Turner going. This defense is bad. So I'm just gonna have them take best one available. I know they need a boundary corner opposite of AJ Terrell. I don't really like a lot of options here. Cooper DeJean, I know you're trying to put on for the non-existent white culture and be that white cornerback for us in the league. You can't play corner. Cooper DeJean cannot play corner. He's not good at it. He's not, and just why like every other white person is not corner, he is not twitchy enough to keep up with these people in space. It's not possible. I've played corner before, man. I get it, and that's why I finished as a safety because it's a lot easier. As a safety, though, in the box safety, he's gonna be baller. That's first round talent, absolutely. As a corner, no, probably not. But hey, I appreciate the valiant effort by him, and that would put Danny on the clock with the Chicago Bears at number 9. So,
Yeah, I think the Bears are licking their chops seeing that Joe Alt is still on the board here.
Absolutely.
I think the Bears say, wow, we just got a phenomenal tackle, long-armed, and they got their left tackle here. He is more of a left tackle with their tackle last year being more of a right tackle, like zone run. I think with Justin Fields, they wanted to move towards that zone run scheme. But now that they have Caleb Williams, they're going to need to be able to drop back and pass more. So Alt fits the scheme perfectly. I think to go Joe Alt to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, and even if Alt wasn't here, that would be in like one of the top options. Like in mine, I had the Titans taking Alt, so that means Neighbors was here. So like regardless, this second pick is going to be like nice. They're going to be able to pair Williams with something that's going to help him out. And with Alt, that just shores up the O line. He's already got weapons. This Bears team could be really good.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that pick. I have no objections. And that puts Chris back on the clock with the New York Jets at number 10.
There's a couple different people I was thinking about right here, but my brain went back to old quarterback, old Achilles, need somebody to help block for it. So I'm taking Fashanu from Penn State. There might be a little reach there. I think in mock drafts, I think I see him like maybe 4 or 5 picks down or further from where I'm going here. But I mean, I think since Alt's gone, that was gonna be my pick if you didn't take him off the board. So yeah, I'd go lineman here because I think I was thinking receiver as well, but I mean I don't know. I think lineman would be more important at this spot than anything else.
Chris, I'll tell you one thing. The Jets really, really want Brock Bowers. They're dying to get Brock Bowers.
That's what I thought. But yeah, no, he's gone, right? Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone in this world.
I think that the Jets are in a really weird spot because they really need an offensive threat. They like outside of Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall, they got Aaron Rodgers' friends. That's about it.
This is Breakfast Club,
and they just got a lot of offensive lines. They signed a couple people. They traded for a couple. It could get freaky. I think they could even go wind up getting like Cooper DeJean. You know, in a really crazy world.
Play him at safety.
Play him at safety with Sauce. That could get. They said Sauce and cheddar.
Hard. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I would say I think Fashanu, I think that's good. That's a good pick here. We have a older quarterback on our hands. I think sure enough that O line is a very good step in the right direction. That would put me on the clock at 11 with the Vikings. Now, mind you, this is what I would do, and in my world, JJ McCarthy is not a first round pick. So I actually have the Vikings taking Jackson Powers Johnson. I've never been this as big of a fan of a fucking center than I am of him. Reminds me a lot of Jason Kelsey, even bigger though. Can get out in space. Really good with tag blocking and getting up to the next level. Very nimble on his feet for a 300+ pound man. I just really like him. I would much rather just rock out with this than JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
I would have them taking JPJ here.
I really like this. When they signed Sam Darnold, it signaled that they might be okay with their quarterback room.
At least a bridge quarterback. Yeah. What, $10 million? Like that's a little hefty. Like for a quarterback of his.
How old do you think Sam Darnold is?
He's 26.
He's 26 years old. That's the year that Aaron Rodgers
just turned 26. He's younger than Jason Tatum.
Yeah. That's the year that Aaron Rodgers took over for Brett Favre. I'm not saying that he's going to be Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying he's going to be Brett Favre. What I'm saying is that he has a chance to turn his career around. And guess what? He was the best quarterback for the Carolina Panthers in the last 5 years. And guess what? He also looked better than Brock Purdy did against the Ravens last year. So
that's true. He still got picked up.
He did. But I think that he deserves a chance to play for the Vikings. So I really like this pick.
Yes. And I think the Vikings should not don't do anything stupid, man. Like trust in Sam. I feel like I'm a bigger defender of JJ than anybody. He's just not a first round pick in my eyes. I only got 3 quarterbacks with first round grades. And to be honest, Jaden Daniels, even pushing it, I'm not sure he's a top 10 prospect for me personally, but
he's old. Yeah. I think his talent's there. I think he's just old.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say he could do a better job with open field running, but we already talked about Daniels for a little bit. So that moves on to you, Daniel. You have the number 12 pick, Denver Broncos. There are several quarterbacks that fit their prototype, but the team is also just buns. So what will you be doing here?
It's really interesting. Sean Payton. He's got a lot of ways to build on this team. He traded away his best receiver. Cortland Sutton's still there, though.
Starting quarterback going to be Jarrett Stidham.
Not good. So what you're going to do here is take JJ McCarthy, the boy that he has fallen in love with. But guess what? He is very, very hush-hush about this. I think that Sean Payton has not spoke about it. I think that they're quietly trying to trade up, quietly waiting to see, will JJ fall to us? If he does, let's make a move. Let's go get our guy. And I think he's actually a decent fit for a guy like Sean Payton. Sean Payton is like the hardball for him. It's like he'll go to the best possible scheme. He's going to have a really, really like great head coach who's going to have a power run scheme. He developed Drew Brees before. I think here is my best fit actually for him, because then you can go get receiving talent in the second and third rounds and kind of develop around JJ. So I really think that the Broncos are really where JJ winds up, and he does look good in Navy.
Yeah, he's done it before. I also had JJ McCarthy going here. While again I don't have a first round grade on him. The Bronco, I think, yeah, like you said, I think Sean Payton is secretly in love with him. And then you go get his guys in the later round. Go build Michigan. Go get Roman Wilson. Go get Blake Corum. Like slowly build the squad. And
Wait, he also hates Russ. I don't know if you saw the interview. They're like, "How easy was it trading Russ?" He was like, "Very."
yeah, he's not a big fan of Sierra's husband. So yeah, but I like that pick. I had that. Now, unfortunately for Chris, you have the Raiders, who, while are probably best team in the league in terms of vibes, they currently contain more holes than a block of Swiss cheese on their roster. So good luck. You have picked 13 here. And this is unfortunately your last pick.
Don't worry though, it's okay because I get to pick one of my favorite players in the draft. I hope this doesn't come true in real life, because I wouldn't mind my favorite team getting him. I doubt he falls, but I'm picking my favorite corner, Quinyon Mitchell. I think this kid is going to be great. I think he has upside to be great. He looks like, I don't want to jump the gun and compare him to any young player who looks really good right now, but I think in the right system where he's forced to make play, I think he can be a playmaker, and I think he can grow and be really good. So I have him taking Quinyon Mitchell. Like I said, the Raiders are bad. They're not good at the sport right now, so they have time to wait on this kid to develop if he needs to. So I think that's my pick.
I rock with that one for sure. I would say a lot of people, like, I've seen so many different corner opinions over the past week. Mitchell being, basically kind of like the head honcho of it all. I saw someone talking about King from Penn State. He had such a bad year. He was supposed to be like a lock first round pick, and then he just had a miserable year. Yeah, I like that pick, especially for them. It looks like they kind of want to go. If we're going back to that Raider toughness, I think Mitchell absolutely fits that. He's a physical corner. I like that, especially for Antonio Pierce's genre of ball.
I'm
That
interested
puts me
where
on.
see the Saints going, dude. They could go a million directions.
Yeah, so the Saints, I heavily considered quarterback here. But they're a little too dysfunctional to get a quarterback. I don't want to put any young in that situation. I don't think any wide receiver is good enough to take this high to pair with Olave. So I end up going tackle. I end up going with Fuega from Oregon State. Look, when in doubt, just get a good lineman, because this team is just so unbelievably weird. I don't have much logic behind my pick here. It's just best tackle is that's left available. And yeah, that's pretty much all to it. This team is so unbelievably dysfunctional. I still cannot believe they paid Derek Carr, but it happens.
Same.
So Danny, you are the last person on the clock at 15 with the Colts.
Chris could round us off at 16, so we could do the second half next week.
Oh yeah.
So we don't skip the Seahawks. But at pick 15, I had the second cornerback being taken in with the Indianapolis Colts selecting not Cooper DeJean, not Terrion Earl, not Kool-Aid McKinstry, but Nate Wiggins. I think he's going to fly up draft boards because he ran a 4.28 in his 40. He's a really good prospect. He's refined. He's twitchy. He's fast. He has the makeup speed. And I think we've seen that the Colts really value these hyper-athletic players. When they took Anthony Richardson at quarterback, they like these hyper-athletic secondary players. So I think taking Nate Wiggins here, adding to the secondary, be a great pick.
Yeah, I actually had them taking Cooper here, not as a corner, but just like as a defensive back, throw him up at safety type of thing. But yeah, that absolutely worked. Nate Wiggins is actually an Eagle, though, so watch your mouth.
He's a baller.
Yeah, and then that would leave Chris with the 16th pick, the Seattle Seahawks.
It says they need the entire offensive line.
Yeah, that is very true.
Damn, yeah. I think
we've taken a lot of tackles and stuff. So
I think I can't take this. I cannot remember this. cannot figure out how to say his name. I think his name is Fuaga, the tackle from Oregon State.
Here you went.
I took that
Oh, you took him already?
14.
Oh, that was the name. Okay, you took him already. Dang, bro, I don't know.
I would say, and then the tackle from Washington, his name is also very hard to say.
Oh,
Drew
Fautanu.
Fautanu.
Yep, that's what I'm taking. I know they need line help. I seen that too, Danny. That they need line help. So
Line help.
there it
Help is a SOS, dude. Geno Smith is out there fighting for his life.
I'll tell you one thing though. I really genuinely believe that Fautanu and Fuaga are in a second class tier of tackles that also belongs with JP Latham and Amarius Mims. I think all four of those guys are phenomenal tackles, with Fashanu and Joe Alt just being a little bit ahead.
I would say Alt is I think he's a little bit ahead of the pack. Like I
agree.
That boy nice. But
I think people are quickly forgetting how good Fashanu is. He was mocked to go in the top 5 before last year started.
Yo, shout out PFF. They have Lad McConkey ahead of Bo Nix as a prospect. Shout out to him, ball.
Lad McConkey is better than everyone.
True. Second wide receiver 2.
Second round receiver 2.
That was our NFL mock draft 1.0. I guess next week will be 1.5 or 1.0 continued. We'll say 1.5 next week. But yeah, next week we'll cover the back half of the draft. We're looking at a lot of contenders, what rooks can still come in and contribute. Why would Nate Wiggins be an Eagle? We will talk about all of that next week. Now we have to get into our all NBA teams to wrap up the episode. Again, things to consider is that the game mark, there are a lot of good players who do not meet the requirements, like Joel Embiid and Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young. So please take that into account. I believe all of us probably have the same first team. If I'm not, Chris did something stupid.
No, probably. We probably do.
Okay, so I can start. My picks for all NBA first team is Luka, SGA, Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic.
Ooh.
What did you have?
I did not have Tatum. No, I'm just kidding. I had the same 5. That'd be
I don't know who else you could put there, but
I don't even have it. I don't know who. Yeah, that's my 5.
Taysom Jaden.
No, we're gonna put. We put on there Sam Hauser.
Yo,
he is Jason Tatum.
Stop playing with my boy Hauser-Matic. That boy, nice.
When somebody sits out, he is the guy. He makes.
We got Duncan Robinson at home.
Goated.
Nah, he's nice. Yeah, so that's my first team. Is there any, do y'all have anything else? I would say, okay, so Luka, SGA, Giannis, Jokic are like the locks.
I think Tatum's a lock too, though, low key.
That's the thing. Like, people are trying to make this 5th spot up for debate. No, it's not. He's the best player on the best team, and I feel like he's a scrub. 27, 9, and 5 a night.
Yeah.
Good shooting splits. He's first team All NBA. Please, let's move on. Second team gets super, super interesting.
Yeah.
Chris, what's your second team looking like?
Oh shoot. Okay. Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Jalen Brunson, LeBron James.
Okay.
LeBron's high. I know he's high, but he was almost on my third team.
No. So I have the same guards. I got KD and Bron. I have Kawhi here instead of Anthony Davis.
I think that too. Yeah. I'm cool with that one too. I was in between on those two for there.
Who are your 2 guards here?
Brunson and Edwards.
Yeah. I'm going to go Edwards and Brunson, yeah. And then I'm going to go KD, Kawhi, and Anthony Davis over LeBron.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Well, we kind of all have the same realm of players, at least in that aspect. Well, this is kind of mine.
I'm sorry. I'm going to get a million You Are My Sunshine videos now on my For You page.
That alone is why LeBron James is the greatest of all time. No one else could do that.
Chris, do you know what we're talking about?
There's this
There's a-
trend. So you know how
I need
people
to
call
find it.
LeBron my glorious king? They've now transformed it into like LeBron is this like people are writing these long
This is
yeah,
so
like
stupid,
it's
bro.
You make me happy.
like they use that song while writing love letters to LeBron. It's like, boy, oh boy, where do I even start? LeBron,
Oh, I have seen that. I've seen it
you are
on
my
Twitter. Though.
everything. Yeah, if you just go into one LeBron James comment section, you'll find like 8 love
Yeah.
paragraphs,
That's what I
copy and
seen too.
pasted.
And IG, yeah. I seen some dude was like, "What? Yeah, where do I start?" That shit is funny.
It's nah. When I see boy oh boy, bro, I can't help but laugh. Boy oh boy, where do I even start? Like that's insane. Every like 3 years, there's a like a funny LeBron trend. So this year is that the "You Are My Sunshine." 3 years ago, it was LeBaron James with like the rubber Space Jam toy that I think you can get from McDonald's. 3 years before that, in 2018, it was something, but I can't remember what it was. 2015 was the LeBron James Vine.
Oh my
So
god!
every 3 years, it's like a presidential term. So in 2027, we're gonna get something funny from LeBron, which ensues that he's still gonna be playing. So yeah,
You
the real
wait until
question
Zuri
is,
gets to the WNBA. That's what you waiting on. Then he gonna retire. Once you get to the
nah, that's actually he gonna face Zuri in a 3-point shootout. That's what's gonna happen. He ain't waiting for Bronny or Bryce.
Zuri's a James. She gonna be in a dunk contest. You kidding me?
She gonna change the game. So we got Brunson, Edwards, KD for sure on those teams. I have Kawhi and Bron. Danny has Kawhi and AD, and Chris has Bron and AD, which just further proves how ass Darvin Ham is that he has 2 players arguably good enough for second team All NBA, and this team is just not good. I don't want to hear like the players are good too. This is literally all Darvin Ham's fault. I do not care.
Darvin Ham versus Doc Rivers, ass off. Who wins?
Ass off.
Darvin wins.
Yeah. At least
Doc's
Doc got a
a vet.
ring. At least Doc got a
Doc's
ring.
a vet. Doc's been doing this ass off thing for a minute. He's ass for a long time.
Yeah.
Free you, Danny. Now you're free from it. You don't have to deal with that.
Give me
mess
super
anymore.
team or I retire.
Yo, I get to see Shea versus Maxey, 2 MVP candidates next Tuesday.
Get to see Shea versus hopefully DeAnthony Melton. That's you get to see.
Yo, MVP might be back next Tuesday.
And my GOAT, Ricky Council. Don't forget.
Is he back? And what is Embiid injury status?
I don't know.
Out.
Playoff mode.
Done for the season. Cut it up. Get that BS out of here.
0 Dark 30 activated.
Dave Gefford had 3 assists today. Most assists had in his career, by the way.
Why is he still in the game? Why is Kyrie still in the game?
I think they just came out.
The Kings Mavericks now, dude. They're up by 41.
30.
That's
Yeah,
not
they just
correct.
I'll tell you one thing though. They did a great job. The Sixers beat the Clippers.
James Harden is double agent.
Yes, that did happen. James Harden is super tubby.
Super tub.
He's under surveillance. He's under surveillance. I'm telling you that right now. He's under surveillance. You seen his last 8 games? James Jordan, garbage.
Oh my god. Yo, Luka, bro. There's 4 minutes left in the game. Luka doesn't even have his jersey on. He's on the sideline chilling with Mark Cuban. That's ridiculous, man. Let's get back to this third team, though. This third team, I don't think any of us are going to even have remotely close to the same lineup. My third team, I have Tyrese Halliburton, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, Paolo Banchero, and Anthony Davis.
Damn, I knew I missed one. I like that.
What do you have? Because whoever you put, I probably missed, or I debated it.
All right, so I had Hallie and Book.
Okay, backcourt we agree on.
I had Sabonis. I didn't want to put him on there, but dude was having a crazy season. I had to.
Yeah,
Kawhi.
that same dilemma.
Because I didn't have Kawhi on second team. I have Kawhi on my third team.
Yep.
It's obvious Duke bias. Tone pulled up my tweets from last time. I got Paolo Banchero and my third team. And I was gonna put Zion. It was between Zion and Paolo, but I think the step Paolo took and getting his team into a for sure playoff thing, that's what pushed my vote there. I know there's a bunch of other people could take this spot, probably should have it, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Just off the strength of first time All-Star, pushing teams to the playoffs, like a not play in, like actual playoff. And you see the team that's in the play in, I got show some respect to, not show some love to my boy Paolo. So yeah.
Yeah, I was fighting the Sabonis battle. He would probably take Zion's spot in this instance, but the reason why I have Banchero in here is the same reason I have Zion in here. It's like these guys are the number ones on solidified playoff teams. They got a good number two. You know, Franz Wagner and Brandon Ingram are super respectable number twos, but it's like Zion down this stretch is about to play without Brandon Ingram. Let's see how you do. It's just going to be you, some defenders, and some shooters.
And see Goat McCullum.
Yep. So you're going to have CJ, who I like to say is CJ is the only player, him and Kyrie Irving are the only two players in NBA history who got every ounce of talent out of their body that they could. Like they could not get any better if they tried. Like that's how I truly feel about them. I feel like every other player in NBA history, meat was left on the bone. Yeah. These two, they eat in the bone marrow.
Yeah, all you can do is add height to those dudes.
Yes, especially McCollum. It's like McCollum. It's just like, bro, it's just what it is, man. Like this, he can't get much better. He's an undersized shooting guard. He could do it all though, especially for an undersized guard. So yeah.
That's my boy.
I don't know how we got talking about C Goat McCollum, but
that was me. I saw this.
But yeah. So essentially, we have the same team. I'm just.
No, we don't. Wait.
I'm not. Well, I'm just talking about me and Chris. I'm just saying I'm not giving Sabonis his love, but I should. He's.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll say Sabonis is on my team, not Zion.
I actually have two Kings on my third team. Is De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis.
Okay.
And then I have Devin Booker, LeBron, and Tyrese Halliburton. We said we're doing this position list, right?
Yeah, because it's going to be voted on that way.
Yeah.
So you have you said Halliburton, Fox, LeBron, Sabonis, and Kawhi.
Booker.
Or no.
Oh, Devin Booker.
Oh, and Devin Booker. Okay. So Paulo doesn't make it for you, which is interesting because can't believe you're literally in the P5 fan club.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this. I think Devin Booker is better than Paolo. I'd say LeBron is more important to his team than Paolo. I'm also going to say I think the only person he could replace on my list for me is Sabonis. And Sabonis has done some historic things with double-doubles. So
I would say Fox is the most replaceable one here, in my opinion.
I think Fox is better than Sabonis.
I think he's better, yeah, but in terms of the seasons they're having, Sabonis is absolutely having the better season. Like Sabonis is, we may not like him here. We may be Sabonis hate fan club over here, but what he's doing this year, it's incredible. The only reason you just don't get hyped for it is because we're gonna get to the playoffs, and it's like we know what's coming. Like he's gonna be standing at the 3-point line with the ball, and you're just not gonna do anything because he can't shoot, he can't defend. It's a tale as old as time. So we don't have too many disagreements. And that didn't run as long as I thought it would. So there's a topic I actually wanted to talk about. What is Jonte Porter? Michael Porter's brother? Is that his name? Jonte Porter. Betting on his own unders. Or he's being investigated for betting on his own unders. I am not. Players shouldn't do this because it affects the game tremendously. So I am opposed to players betting on basketball. If you are an NBA player, you should not be betting.
I'd be betting on my under every night.
Well, that's you. But an NBA player, you are. Let's take a guy that Danny super Pete Rose. Pete Rose not in the Hall of Fame because he bet on himself, like quite literally, like would bet like 50 bands and be like, all right, now we about to go win. For your bit, Jonte Porter, you grew up in a gated community. Father coached at Missouri. Your brother, max contract, NBA champion, sharpshooter. You have it good. Why? He probably just lost it all because he wanted to double. He wanted to turn 20K to 40K. Just lost it all because he bet on himself being ass. Is that not ridiculous? Like, am I undermining? Like, am I over mining? I guess, or like over
Nah, you're
exaggerating
not.
this?
You're not. But I think the funny thing you said is about Pete Rose. There's a video that came out. He said, "Shohei, if I had an interpreter, I'd be in the Hall of Fame."
Yo,
He said, I would have got off scot free.
nobody's gonna get this, but they was like Shohei will help with the investigation, and it was people, or I'll put it in a way y'all would understand. It's like when the person who stole your phone is helping you look for it. The OG picture that I said y'all would get, it was a picture of this anime character who he was like the mass killer in the show, and he was helping the police trying to find them, bro. It is crazy. But no, it's just like, and they went over this on numbers on the board, so I got to know a little bit more about the situation. But like, instead of just putting in the work, getting off that bum ass 2-way contract, like, this is what you risk your NBA career for. It's so unbelievably ridiculous. And I also learned on that show, apparently he used to be into like crypto and he had like a Discord for it. Yeah, he's cooked. He's done. Say goodbye to the NBA. Like, his brother,
I think he did it because he didn't think he was going to be around the NBA long. I mean, keep it real. Jonte Porter, a rotational big man in a 2-way. I don't think he saw much of a career for himself. So I think that's why he risked it. Would I have done it? No. But I think I see why he did it. I mean,
even
shit,
so, like, you have stretched the floor ability. It was a chance. If you worked hard, you could have made millions. But you wanted to flip a couple thousand. See, and this is how is him and Michael Porter even that? If Michael Porter bet on himself, shots over, makes over, assist
No confidence.
under, assist. Okay, assist would have been under, but Michael Porter would have said, "Man, I'm putting myself for 20 plus points tonight, 4 made threes, Big Yoke about to get 12 assists, Jamal about to get 20." He would have, bro, like, it was like, dude, I don't know. I just want to talk about that real quick. So Danny said he has a trivia for us. So
For the
we're
NFL.
gonna an NFL trivia. So we're gonna let him cook. Me and Chris, of course, we have 20 questions to get it. I can start. Is this player active?
He's not active.
Okay, great start.
does this player play on offense?
He did play on offense. Yep.
Okay. Is this player a quarterback?
He's not a quarterback.
Okay.
Okay, does this player a wide receiver?
He is a wide receiver.
Okay. Ooh. Does this player have a son in the NFL or in the NFL draft?
I don't think so.
Okay. And if we end up
not
finding out
notably.
who does,
Not notably.
okay, yeah,
like,
no, okay, no one noted. So not Jerry Rice, not Marvin Harrison, and not Frank Gore.
Yeah.
But he's a wide receiver anyway, so not Frank Gore.
You say he's not active.
Not active wide receiver.
Does this player retired in the last 3 years?
He did not.
He did not retire in the last 3 years. That is interesting.
I had to search it up though. So
Oh, he did have to search it up. Is it Larry Fitzgerald?
it's not Larry Fitzgerald.
I don't exactly know when Larry retired because he was kind of like useless for the last 2 years of his career. So I kind of just thought he was gone anyway. Kind of like Tony Parker.
I'll give you something. He did play his whole entire career in one conference.
In one conference. Okay. Interesting.
Is this conference the AFC?
It is the AFC.
Excuse me.
Let me see. Where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
8.
6, 7, 8, 8. All right, I'm taking a shot. Is it Andre Johnson?
It's not Andre Johnson.
Damn, man.
You guys are far off. You need to hone it.
I need to hone in. Oh my god. Okay. Didn't retire within the last year. But I wouldn't think Andre Johnson's too off. He played his whole career in one conference. Damn.
I don't know.
And it was the AFC, right?
AFC.
AFC receiver who played his entire career in the AFC.
I'll tell you, it's he played in the West, South, and North. Like he played all over the AFC.
Oh gosh. My goodness. I wouldn't even know.
Damn.
I think it'll help if you get what team he was drafted by.
Oh, well, that ain't gonna help. Well, we could be here all day for that.
I just told you the 3 conferences he played in, so
that doesn't help. That's still 12 teams, dude.
I don't have a clue.
You said what? West,
North, and South.
North, South, West. Okay. Was he drafted in the AFC North?
He was not drafted in the AFC North.
Okay. So he's either drafted in the South or the West, which doesn't really help.
Was this player drafted by the Texans?
Nah.
Damn. I thought I had a player.
Was he drafted in the West?
He
AFC
was
West.
drafted in the West.
Okay. Okay. Chris has question 12. West is Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders.
Was he drafted to the Raiders?
He was drafted to the Raiders. That's a good pool.
Okay. He was drafted to the Raiders. That's interesting. Ooh. I want to take a shot, but This is Darius Hayward Bay.
Bang!
Come on. That took a lot more than I thought it would.
Damn.
I didn't know if you guys were going to get Darius Hayward Bay.
I was definitely not.
I am very familiar with Steelers legend Darius Hayward Bay. Come on now.
I feel like that's a crazy Steelers player. He's more of a Raider bust. He's known to be a Raider like wide receiver bust. No one knows him.
I just know he was on the Steelers. Like I just know that. I feel like a lot of people do too. But yeah, shout out to him though for sure. That
7th overall pick in the draft. He eclipsed
him
3,000
and Dorial
yards
Green
in his career.
Beckham. Him and Dorial Green Beckham were supposed to have the goods, man. They were supposed to have the goods. Who is the other one? Justin Blackman.
Justin Blackman did have the goods. He just got suspended.
Josh Gordon was supposed to have the goods. Cam Reddish was supposed to have the goods. It's okay though. It's all right.
Justin Blackman's stats his rookie year. When you hear this,
What?
He had 865 yards and 5 touchdowns in his rookie year.
Yeah, dude, he had it all. Dude, he had it all. He was nice. Yeah, Darius Hayward Bay. Shout out to him, but he was like the start of, not even the start, but he was just one of many Raiders picks, as one would call it. Honestly, he actually might be the start of the Raiders pick because Jamarcus Russell was supposed to go 1. He just ended up being a bust because he's lazy as hell. But Bay, Farrell with the 4th pick was bad. Ruggs over Lamb and Judy was bad. Even I don't even care. Like people say, "Oh yeah," in hindsight, of course, Ruggs over Judy was bad. Like, no, it was bad then. Like, Ruggs was, in my opinion, the clear cut 3rd guy. maybe even fourth, but like he was closer to 4 than he was to 2, which was CD, which I openly should have just said that I thought CD Lamb was better than Jerry Jeudy. I should have just said it. I've always thought it, but I was just like, I think I value too much route running instead of that boy nice factor. So, yeah.
Dude, Jerry
that's that.
Jeudy still has the ability to become some like him and
Yeah,
Amari.
he-
Him and Amari Cooper are some crazy route demons in the same room.
yeah, and then they got David Njoku coming from the slot, who's a super athletic tight end. Hey, Browns could be back as long as they
No, it's
throw their quarterback
unfortunate they
in jail.
got. Yeah, it's unfortunate they got Deshaun Watson at quarterback. He
Yeah, they
can't
got
throw
Predator.
a spiral anymore.
DeFrico Watson.
Yeah,
Yo, they should really sign. They should sign an illegal immigrant. They could call him Alien versus Predator.
Yo. Yeah, apparently they're thinking about sending the Browns to Brazil to play the Eagles in that Week 1 game. Please do
They
not
are.
send that. Please do not send that freak to represent our country.
Do it. Send them over there, and then the jet leaves him by accident with all his wallet
Bro.
and everything he has.
They're gonna behead him.
No, please do not leave him with the Brazilian masseuses.
No,
Send him to behead
2016. no, 2016 after the World Cup, a ref like made a bad call and they killed him. They killed him in the parking lot. They cut his head off.
Yeah, that's insane.
Brazilians are crazy about soccer, dude. Because I imagine a ref blows a game like PI and they're like, "Yo, catch him in the parking lot."
But they got no clue what's going on. Nah, they really should have sent the Packers down there with the Eagles. Love versus Hurts. It would have just been good vibes.
And then you get
Two-
"Love Hurts," a slogan
Exactly.
known by all of South America.
Yes. And then we have 2 very patriotic quarterbacks representing our beautiful, beautiful country.
Instead, we have Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, we have Deshaun Watson representing our country. And to be honest, that's probably a better representation, actually.
We got Watson and then we got Stoic Hurts.
Facts. We got Chad Hurts versus Soy Boy Watson.
Soy boy is crazy.
Soy Boy doesn't mew. Negative canthal tilt. Jalen Hurts mews positive or neutral canthal tilt. Moggs.
He knows all of it. So
Yeah, Jalen Hurts knows all of the looks maxing techniques. So does Sam Hartman.
We are about 3.5 weeks from. Is it 3 weeks or 4 weeks today? It's 4 weeks today from the NFL draft.
Here we go.
Yeah,
here we go.
4 weeks to the NFL draft. Interesting enough, I believe we're also 3 weeks from NBA playoffs starting.
It's about that time, man. It's about that time. It's about to get very busy. NFL franchises are going to start getting hopes. Other teams are going to draft JJ McCarthy. In the NBA, some teams are going to have hope. Other teams are going to be the Boston Celtics. Other teams are going to have LeBron James on them, so they would fall in the hope category.
Other teams have Eric Spoelstra as their head coach,
so they also fall in the hope category. Other teams employ Peyton Pritchard, so they also are in the hope category because my boy is nice.
Some teams employ Thanasis Antetokounmpo, the best bench player in the NBA.
Yo, one thing about Thanasis, man, his podcast name is fire. So
what's it called?
Thanalysis.
That's nice. Hard. I like that.
Hard. And it's good storytelling. Like he's a pretty good interviewer, actually. It's not bad.
I like that. That's dope. I seen the one where they kind of came out for a second when I did that. I saw that little like peep.
He's hilarious, dog. Shout out Paul George. I don't think he was the first, but he made Player podcast popular. And his podcast is fire. Like Podcast P is really good. JJ Redick, obviously, good podcast. Draymond, I like the Draymond Green show. I haven't listened to it in a while, but it's kind of like a couple years ago in the 2022 season. I really enjoyed it. He was having guests on. It was great. He kind of did just throw a fit about LeBron not being on the show yet, and then LeBron had to come for him like a boyfriend or something. He's like, I'm gonna be on the show, bro. Stop crying. I know it's so crazy, but we are clearly running out of ideas here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Like I said earlier, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this episode. Or if you're on the audio platforms, please leave a 5-star rating, a review, and a like on this show. Anything to say before we get on out of here, guys?
Go Lakers, and thank you, Doc Rivers.
And yes, and again, if you are a fan of the Vikings or the Broncos, please be 100% prepared to employ JJ McCarthy soon. So, from AP New Freezer, Culture by Migos, and DC Comics, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you all next week.